Hey guys, it's Jay here, and today I'm going to show you how to reset the Z-axis on a rack and pinion UV printer. This also will work for some other CNC machines if it uses a rack and pinion for up and down. Alright, so this is the all new J36, and it was delivered to a customer, and worst case scenario, it fell out of the back of a truck and probably fell 6-7 feet in the air to the ground, smashed the front end. So although these things are beasts, the X-axis actually fell off, so I can show you how to do that. The dented all the way around the sides on the cosmetic panels. That's really all that's about wrong with this thing from the fall. So let's take advantage of this with the panels off so I can go ahead and show you how to do this process. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to actually turn the machine on, and we're going to take this cover off the top. So from underneath the bed, we're going to remove these two screws right here and here. This is not installed, but there's two screw holes here and here. Then we'll walk around to the back. And then again, we'll remove this screw and this screw. And that will allow this surface panel to be removed. Now we're going to turn the machine on, and we're going to move the whole bed forward. Now we do not need to take the outer panels off to do this service. In this machine anyhow, there's other manufacturers that use this system. You may need to take outside panels off, but we just need to remove this access panel on the top, slide it forward. Now we just need to move the bed forward. Okay, so the bed should be out enough. Let's get on to the repair. Turn the machine off and unplug. Here is our motor that raises the the Z up and down. It uses this worm drive and runs on this turbo gear that connects to the shaft that spins a gear on the other side of this panel. Right there's our gear running up and down on that pinion there, the rack. Okay, and that actually rides up and down. And that rides up and down these bars here, connected to these bearings. So now that we know where those parts and pieces are, I need to explain to you what we do next, and that is we're going to completely 100% disconnect the X-axis from the Z-axis. And doing this process, the X-axis, the bar that moves left and right that the print head is on, is going to fall down. So it's best to have 3 people to do this process. We'll need to hold pressure here and pressure over there to keep this from falling down. And you know that this can fall down and hurt you. Just know that that X-axis can fall down and hurt you if you're not prepared. So just a fair warning, I'm putting that out there before we start this. Now I'm by myself, so I'm actually going to do this by myself. This is how I do it. Not how I recommend to do it, but this is how I do it, and you can feel free to watch it. So I run to the table saw, and I get myself two by whatever, and I rip them at the same thickness. You can use anything you want that will be able to support roughly 80 pounds. Anything that you want. These do well, and I put them at the same thickness, and that'll be explained here in the video. Alright, so this is the frame, not the gantry, but the frame of the machine. I'll put one block in, come to the other side from the frame, and another block in. So now we see we're not going to have too far to drop. If your X-axis was loose on one side, you could pick it up and set it on the block. Okay. So we will loosen these 4 screws around the motor, not out, but loose, and then we will drop it down. And then doing so, that'll disconnect the turbo from the worm gear, and that's when the X will fall down. When that falls down, this will spin also. Okay, so now these are loose, and you can see in these guys, these will be able to slide up and down. So now there's bolts underneath here that we're going to loosen. Bolts under the motor, we're going to actually drop down. Sorry. Okay, so you can see how the X fell down and it's now sitting on these wood blocks that we put on there. Now we want to make sure that our X axis for the Z that goes up and down is running perfectly straight up and down from the frame, not tilted one way or another. Because if it's tilted one way or another, we've got bigger fish to fry. We'd have to go into the next thing, and I'll just show you real quick how to do that. Okay, so this is the side, and you can see the rack right here. This is my Z coming out, see? The left side. And we want to verify that this is running straight up and down. And I like to do it from the frame. So we'll put this on the frame, my speed square, and I'm just going to pull this out and make sure we are going straight up and down. So we're lucky this one's going straight up and down. If it was not, we would loosen our screws to our bearings. These 4 screws, loosen, don't take them out. And then we can rack this back and forth whichever way we want to go. Last part, we want to make sure the screws are loose. We're not taking any screws out. All the screws are just coming loose. And then we're going to set it back to where it was and tighten the screw up. So we'll bring that up to the square and tighten those screws back up. So we got 4 screws here and 4 screws here. This one's missing. We got to put some screws in it. So we'll go ahead and loosen this. Just loosen these. So now those are all loose. So now we're going to take loose, not out. Don't take them out or the whole thing's going to fall and it'd be a pain in the butt. So just loose by maybe a quarter turn, 1 full turn. And now we can take this whole thing and you can rack this back and forth. See? Just a little bit, not much, and level it up with the square. And when you're holding it level, tighten them back down. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so now let's reset the gears here. So I'm going to bring you back inside the printer. All right, so just above the motor, you have a screw here, bolt here, and over on the other side. So we're going to actually loosen these. Again, loose, not out. Okay, so now we're going to grab that bar and we're going to pull the gear into the rack that's over here. So over here, so we're going to pull it into this rack. Which on the J36 is you're pushing the rod to the back of the machine. So you're going to push it back to the machine. You're going to hold it tight by hand, and then we're going to tighten those back up. Don't crank on them. Don't pull real tight because they are gears. Gears need a little slop. So pull it just over, so just a little bit over to it, wiggle it around until it feels locked in, and tighten them up. Don't crank on it. Don't put a jack on it. Don't put a turnbuckle on it. Just pull it over to where it feels tight with a little bit of pressure, and then tighten those screws back up. Okay, then repeat the process on this side. Okay, so we have the bar locked in. Now we got to bring the motor up to the worm gear to make contact with the turbo gear, which we're just going to crank the motor up, and then we're going to tighten it, but not so tight. Remember, they're gears, they can't be smashed together really, really hard. So we'll tighten it up, just snug on both those bolts, and then we'll tighten the 4 screws in the front, just like this. So right here, and I can tighten, I got it all the way tight to where I can't tighten it anymore, about right there. I'm just gonna bring it back a quarter of a turn. That should be good. Now, we'll tighten up the other one. We'll bring it up by hand tight. Same thing on it. All right, the 4 holding the actual motor, not the 2 come up for torsion on the bottom, but the 4 holding the actual motor, you want it to be extremely tight. So we're going to tighten those. I already started tightening 2, but I just wanted to pop that in there. They need to be very tight because that is keeping the motor from slipping and moving. Okay, there you have. Oh, sorry. I had to get my headlamp to do that last job. All right, and there you have it. So I should have mentioned those blocks of wood that I had were the exact same height. And you can see here, so I know that my x-axis is going to be running parallel to the frame because those were the exact same height. Now you can measure the distance from the guardway to the bottom of the x-rail to verify, and that'll be the best. But we are ready to go ahead and rock this thing and see if it goes up and down for us. I'm just going to simply plug her back in. Should be meshing, and we'll go up. Very slowly. See here, we're off of our blocks. And it's going up. All right, so that's how you get the Z-axis back to connected to the X-axis on a rack and pinion CNC machine. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Happy to hear them. Again, I'm Jay. That's my 206. Thanks for stopping.